Good morning, everyone. Just trying to get situated here, get some more people in here. What's up, everybody? So, let's see. Sorry for my throat. It's hurting this month. It's not hurting, it's just dry. Wow, hey, already 17 people in here. So, good morning, everybody. I figured I would just go live to answer some questions because there was a lot of questions that everyone had left on my live yesterday on the way to court, wishing me good luck and wishing me all that and let us know the outcome. So I'll let a few more people get in here. Before I speak on what happened and how my day went. Thank you, Kelly. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So yesterday I had court. Most of you know I had court yesterday. What the duck. Good morning. So, what doesn't surprise me anymore in this courtroom and in this whole situation that I'm going through? Nothing. Nothing surprises me anymore. Well, there was one thing that surprised me, I'll say for the end, because that was pretty good. It was enlightening for the way yesterday turned out. Let me just go back to the live from yesterday. So, there were a lot of comments. There was way too many to answer one by one, and I didn't want different people to feel they got more of a response than others, so I figured I'll just go live today and let you guys know what happened. And yeah, so here we are today, and I'm not really. I would like to answer some questions, but I'm not gonna answer no stupid questions, man. It's too early for trolling. So if you have questions, I can read the chat. I can wait, a little bit longer for a few more people to come in, but with everything that I have going on, I would like to get. Yeah, I mean, Proctor's warden says I look upset. I mean, I'm not. It's funny that you say that because it's like I don't know how to get upset anymore. I don't even know how. Well, I should say I know how to get upset because it's very upsetting. The outcome of what happened yesterday, it was upsetting. To say the least. I have done everything for the last 2.5 years, right? And just to break this down, we always speak about dialogue, being direct, a baseline, having some kind of context to what we talk about, right? We don't want to just freestyle like I'm, exactly, Jay. So when we talk about that, what's up to JFK in the chat? So we speak on this, having dialogue, having some type of baseline. So with the last few years that of everybody that has known, that has met me through social media, in the last few years that I've been going to this court, this family probate court is completely different than going to a criminal court case or anything like that. So, with that being said, the system is broken. We all know this. We all know this, Shauna. But my main reason for going live today was basically because of everybody that showed their love and support and wished me prayers, and I hope that everything turns out. I hope you get to spend Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, not Thanksgiving. I spent Thanksgiving in jail. I hope you get to spend Christmas with your son this year. And, you know, so just a lot of stuff went on. So, to sum it up, when we got there yesterday, the judge said that, and this is now, mind you, this is the same judge that's been on this case for the last 2.5 years. She was only absent one time. And when that was the last hearing, so another judge stepped in. Anyway, she decided that when she let my son's mom speak first, the first question was, where were you last? Where was your last court date? Where were you last court date? Sorry, I was reading the chat. My son's mom replies with, I was stressed out, Your Honor. And I just, you know, I've been under a lot of stress lately, and I just didn't make it. Now, I would love to have been like, are you kidding me? Like, that was your excuse? Like, that's what you came up with? I would have said my dog died or something if I was still living like that, you know? Pin my Venmo. Jay, can you do that for me, please? Just, I'm trying to tell you know how I get. I try to read comments and stuff. I will read your comments. I just want to get this off. So, see, it's not nobody's fault. It's my own fault. So anyway, I get there, and her excuse is why she wasn't at the last court date to this judge was she's under a lot of stress. And I appreciate you. And then, you know, the judge asked her a few more questions, like, has James seen his son? Like I ordered last time. No, because I haven't been able to get a hold of James. We'll get back to why that's bullshit. I mean, we all know that's bullshit. But there's just so many things that I just don't understand that go over this judge's head. Like, she just said she couldn't get a hold of me. You ask for a supervisor. I hire a supervisor. The supervisor does an intake over the phone with me. Meets with my son's mother. Does an intake with her in person. So for her to say that she never met the intake or never had heard of this app that the judge asked her to download is just completely false. It's all false. So the judge basically, so back to the baseline dialogue, she just calls for an immediately this is going to trial. This is going to trial, and so, you know, it's like, all right, so now we go to trial, right? We're going to go to trial, but under what? Under what did you believe happened, Your Honor? So we're going to go to trial now, where 5 out of the last 5 court dates, she was only present for 2, she missed 3. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So what are those 3 court dates that she missed, that doesn't matter? That's all irrelevant? And not just the court dates. This is the biggest one for me. The biggest part. And I said this a while back, and I'm glad I get to document these times, because I can always go back. My son can always go back, and he can see. Anyone can always go back and read or hear what I say, because what I say is bond. My word is my bond. I stand by what I say. I say things that I believe in, you know. So when I said this a while back that the judge was gonna interview my son, I said it. I did not like that. The reason I said I did not like it was because I didn't want my son, 15, at the time 14, I didn't want my son to have to walk into a courtroom, number one, go through metal detectors, number two, go downstairs in the probation department where it's just dark and everyone down there is going through their own problems and they're upset. I didn't want my son to have to go through that. But with that being said, my son went through it. He went through it all. And for what is my question? That's my next question. Why did you put my son through all that? You didn't bring up, hey, baby girl, you didn't bring up, you know, the whole 2 pages of what my son asked for and how my son asked to be seeing his dad and how my son said he misses his dad, and then how you try to trick him up and ask him what, you know, what's his favorite color. Oh, but how is your dad? Oh, so you had my son in the courtroom for nothing? Like you had that interview for nothing? Like it didn't mean anything? I just don't understand that part of it. The parts of it going to trial now that won't happen until March. So dare I say, this is just more time apart from my son. But the judge says again, this will be the third time the judge said this to Kate, to my kid's mother and I. We're gonna start over. James, you still have the number to that supervisor? I said, yes, I do, Your Honor. Okay, well, I want you to call her and set things up. Like it's that easy. Number one, that lady doesn't want anything to do with my son's mom. She doesn't want, it's not that she doesn't want anything to do with her because she don't like her as a person. It's because of her inconsistencies. You know, it's because of her saying she's going to show up and then not showing up. So, yeah, so it's just like, you know, she wants to do all that, and she can do that. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. It's just been, you know, I talked with JFK yesterday about the outcome and everything, and you were right, man. It's gonna take a few days. Like, I don't even know if I'm ready to talk about it now. You know, but I just felt like basically I wanted to talk about this because I felt like, you know, first you guys all deserved an answer, right? What happened in court? How did it go? I just didn't want to leave people hanging. It didn't go great, you know, so we move forward with the trial. The next court date is trial. It's like going to trial with no dialogue, no everything that I worked for, all the you know, my recovery, my fees, my court fees, me being told by one judge I can go see my son's Thanksgiving football game, and then being placed under arrest because the order was stipulated a certain way. So you mean to tell me the judge said it again yesterday, I can see my son, I can see him on certain days, but there's still a restraining order? How does that work? Somebody, if you've ever had that happen to you, and I highly doubt anyone in this chat has had that happen to them, because I've never heard of a law where you can have visitation with your child, but you can also have a restraining order on you at the same time. That doesn't make sense. How does that make sense? I mean, when we were talking yesterday, JFK, you made a great point. I have to see through a professional supervisor. So the judge wants us to, it's basically to document times, so it's no more he said, she said. It's an app. So us three down, well, me, Katie, and the supervisor down. I downloaded the app 3 court dates ago when I was told to. This is what Katie doesn't understand, or lies. And Katie, if you're watching, I just want you to know this. Your lies do. I said this. She said she didn't have my number. I sent her the link. But before I left the courtroom, I say to the judge, I get a piece of paper, I write down my phone number, I write down my email, gave it to the CO, the court officer, hands it to my son's mom in front of everybody. So now she can't say she doesn't have the phone number. She doesn't have any way of not contacting me because she's wrong. You have ways to contact me now. Now you have every resource to contact me. Whatever you have to do, you can contact me. So that was done. But what wasn't done is talking about professional supervisors. Back to that. So when we were talking yesterday, JFK made a great point. And this could happen. This basically what happened on Thanksgiving Day. What if I'm with a supervisor, right? And say we're at the mall. We'll say we're at the mall, and the supervisor gets up to go to the bathroom. Now, me and my son are just sitting in the food court, say, having some lunch or whatever. My son's mom happens to walk by, sees just me and my son alone. 911. Does that mean I'm under arrest for violating a restraining order? How does that work? Make it make sense, Judge. And with all due respect, because I know some people think that courts don't watch and court officers don't watch or care or... No. Because they do. And I don't go back and say... You could go back and check all my lives. I don't say nothing bad about any judge, any woman. You guys all know me by now. You know JFK. You know how we talk. We don't condone that behavior. So... I just don't get it. Just make it make sense to me. So, you mean to tell me if she gets up to go to the bathroom and I'm sitting there with my son, that this could possibly happen? I could possibly be placed under arrest because there's a restraining order on behalf of my son? But so that's in a different court because my kid's mom thought she was slick. She thought when the judge ordered me, like the 2 court dates ago, when she ordered me visitation, my son's mother, instead of, following through with the court order, she went to a different court and tried to get a restraining order. And so when I went back, it's a real tough restraining order because the only judge that could amend this restraining order, number one, would be the judge who wrote it, but number two, now the only one who can amend it, who sees fit, is the Salem Family Probate Court. So on Thanksgiving Day, Salem Family Probate Court told me, you can go to your son's game. It's public. There's no RO in effect. And I asked, could you please put that in writing? She didn't put that in writing. So she said because she said it, it didn't have to be in writing. And, well, we found out that if she had just put that in writing, things might have been different on Thanksgiving. But that's past tense, So now here we are, fast forward to today. And, when I first started alive, with the duck, wow, as soon as I look up, I see you again. She had said, I look sad. I look upset. I'm very upset. I'm extremely upset. I'm upset that I have a judge that dragged my son in a courtroom to see how he feels and what he thinks about seeing his dad. And what my son said was the hardest part for him was Christmas. So it's like, you read that, right? You read that. You read what the hardest part for my son is. Missing his dad. Not seeing his dad. But most important, Christmas time. Seeing other families and seeing them out with their parents, and knowing Christmas is in a few days. You say we're gonna go to trial with this case in March. That's cool. That's real cute. It's real cute, Your Honor. But my question still remains the same. Why did you drag my son in here? So he could see what the system was like? Is that why? Because there's no justice. You didn't talk about, for the last 3, 5, 6, whatever years, how I've been doing everything I'm supposed to, as far as my recovery, as far as you ask for hair follicle, here you go. I mean, I must have given this court more hair samples than anything, just to prove on voluntarily, because sometimes you get people that will just say, yeah, well, you look at your past, look at my past, but I don't live there anymore, so that's cool. You want to judge me on my past, that's fine. So for everybody that said that they support me and they wish me well, and my they said prayers for me and they believe in me, you people matter. So I didn't want you to feel slighted in the littlest, like, slight. I didn't want that at all. So like I said, there was a lot of comments on that live I did on the way to court. I did a quick live, just letting people know I'm on my way, I'm feeling good about today. And I read each and every comment, each and every one of you. I read all your comments, and I can't thank you enough. I had complete strangers, right? Because that's through this camera we know each other, but face to face in the flesh, you guys show me more love than some acquaintances, even some family. I never would have thought I would have gotten love like this from people that don't even know me. But I did. And, I can't give up. I won't give up. I will continue to fight. I believe my son needs me more than ever right now. I believe my son needed me more than ever when this first started. I just don't think I should have been taken out of my son's life. And, I heard his mom say something like, to the effect of, well, my son's been dealing with a lot of stress the last couple of years. Well, with all due respect, I wasn't in his life for the last couple of years. Do you think that has anything to do with it? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm not saying that's what's true. I'm just asking. So now Christmas comes, and after reading what my son said, how he feels, and that bothers him the most, that's gonna bother me the most now. You think I'm gonna have a good Christmas knowing my son's upset? So I'm working overtime to try to get the supervisor. I don't think it'll happen in 5 days. Honestly, I don't. Um, but that's all right, right? Um, I got 3 years stacked of presents for my son that I wasn't able to give him last Christmas or the Christmas before that. And then you hear people say, well, maybe you should just give up. He's gonna be 18 soon. Yeah, at this point, I could see why they would say that. But what if he needs me bad right now? What if he really needs me? Like, when I say I let God take the wheel, I let God take the wheel. I don't just say that to hear myself say it. He's really taking this wheel. And he's driving this Grand Nash. He's flying this 747 jet. He's doing all that. So that one day when I do go into that courtroom, I'm gonna hear what I thought I would have heard a year or 2 years ago. I'm gonna hear it. Eventually, I'm gonna hear those words. You can see your son without anybody, you know? But basically, it's just another way of looking at it to segue off of the Karen Reed case. You know, I know it's two different courts, two different cases, two different situations, but it's still Boston. It's still Mass. It's still corruption at its finest. Like, you know, the judge says also too yesterday to me, this has been going on too long. You think? I mean, not by my doings. I've done everything, and I almost think that's what she's upset about. I think she wants me to mess up. I think she kind of wants me to fail. You know, she don't have anything bad to say about me because I do everything she asks, so she can't go back and say nothing bad about me. Or say, well, you didn't do this, or that hair follicle came back with drug. Like, she just can't say any of that because none of it is true. So she's basically just saying, she's basically just continue to now to the point where I need to force it to an attorney. And I got the attorney. She summed up a motion and gave it to me as a text message last night. Okay. So I guess I'll be shopping around for a new attorney, to say the least. But and that's unfortunate because the attorney that I'm speaking of, and if you're watching too, hello. The reason I keep saying hello to these people is because yesterday I was in the courthouse, right? And I'll just say Essex County. And I'll just say he or she, because the person doesn't want to be, you know, disclosed. So, as I was waiting to be called, I'd go back and forth to, you know, outside. I was walking, pacing, praying, looking. I went and got some water. I went to the bathroom. And as I was coming out of the bathroom, I did one of these. Tried to blow it back in the bathroom. So now I'm in the courtroom. I sit down next to my sister, which, thank you guys, I have 3 sisters. Yeah, disclaimer. I did one of those. But the reason I say that is because now I have 3 court officers staring at me. And I'm just like, damn, thinking, what did I do? I'm like, oh yeah, I took a hit of my vape. Man, they're gonna come at me for my vape. This is gonna look bad. So now they're like behind the wall. Then they peek their head out. They're looking. And the CEO says, points at me, come with me. Sort of like the video at the waterfall when Higgins put up his finger. Come with me. So I stand up. My sister's like, oh boy. I walk with her, walk out. She gives me the 1-2 tap on my abs, tap or whatever you want to call it now. It's not abs, no. 1-2 tap, bing bing, James Jackson. I swear to God, I was like, wow, man, this is crazy. So I gotta stop thinking people in uniform are coming at me. It's just a trauma. Like, I always think that. But so she came and gave me a hug. We introduced ourselves to each other. She saw my case and saw why I was there, and she agreed it was bullshit. She was very welcoming to our channel, to JFK and I, when we go live. She loves the JFK channel. She loves a lot of creators. And let's be clear, they believe that Karen Reed, well, I just said she, so we'll say she. She believes Karen Reed's innocent. And so yeah, it was just funny though, because that's why I say it's like God's plan. And like last night took Luna for a late night walk. It was like 11:30. I basically just shut down yesterday. I didn't know what else like literally at this point in my life, in this case of how far I'm at with this, I just think that it's wrong for what they're doing. And how they keep letting her get away with shit. If I ever told the judge I didn't show up because I was feeling stressed out, that shit would never fly on the side of the coop. They would be like, oh really, you were stressed out? Well, guess what, we're gonna stress you out a little bit more. 10 days of house of correction. Well, that's not enough time to stress me out. Well, here's another 10 on top of that. Like, are you kidding me? You stressed out? Well, guess what, so am I. But it's just like things like that, having my son come in for what? Having me do all these hair follicles for what? You didn't even bring them up. Like, were you hoping they were dirty? Is that what you were hoping? Like, why do you not talk about anything? So I guess, that's what the trial is going to be for. And it's unfortunate, because I also asked to get the transcript from the last court date. I said, Your Honor, I just would like to be able to get that transcript because I have court for violating a restraining order that I was told that to go to his game by this court. So I need that transcript. And the judge says, I can't give you legal advice. I said, I'm not asking for legal advice. I'm asking if I can get that transcript. I know my rights. I know I can get it. So it's a huge process. I went downstairs. You have to first show proof that it's, obviously you. Then you got to go online. Then you got to, like, give the wordplay of what you're looking for. Then they have to, like, I know exactly when it was said. So I said, we can eliminate a lot of time here because I know when it was said. So I have to, then it has to be okayed by a judge. And it's basically, it's not going to be here in time after. So my next court date is March 27th. I'm sorry, that's my next court date with Katie and Salem is in March. My next court date for the Thanksgiving incident with Katie is December 27th. So having that transcript going into that court date would, be very helpful. It would clear up a lot of misunderstanding, and it would help. So I'm going to continue to fight. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to document these times, and I'm going to continue to keep the faith and know that my son knows that his dad's not giving up. I'm not no deadbeat dad. Like, you know, I'm here for my son today. I'm able to show up. Like, that's another thing. There's a lot of moms out there. Say this to me. I wish my son's dad would have like how I don't want to say was like you, but basically along those lines, and or vice versa. I wish my kid's mom was fighting as hard as you're fighting, but I guess it just comes with your own person and where I'm at in my life right now, where my beliefs are and where my relationships are with God. It's like I have to find the good in this. So the good I found yesterday was, the judge did kind of yell at her a little, but I said my sister, as when we were driving home, she's like, well, the judge did yell at her a lot, and I said that was all for show. That was basically for you guys, and you're her audience. Yeah, the judge yelled, right? But she didn't yell at her for not showing up. She didn't yell at her for going and getting a restraining order after she was told to let me see my son. She didn't yell at her for any of that. She just yelled at her while she said, "Don't talk over me while I'm talking." Anybody knows that. That's law one on one. You don't talk over a judge when she's talking. You just don't do it. So my kid's mother just buries herself. She gave me an alley-oop though yesterday when it was my turn to talk. She said that you know, she was confused by the court dates because we have so many. And I said, Your Honor, I think she might be confused because she has so many court dates with her other son's father that she's doing this with. And I don't want to put all their business out there, but she's going through, it's a similar case where, family probate. But let's be clear, it's two very different. Him and her have their case is completely different than my case. I don't even want to connect it. And that's where I found with the lawyer that I had when she started talking, that all she talked about was this other kid. And professionally, should she be doing that? Like, are you going to be telling this kid about me? Like, I don't think that was right to be doing. So, again, I have to shop for an attorney that, and these attorneys now, especially in the family probate, it's like hiring Alan Jackson or a Yannetti to come in. They are not cheap because they know in a family probate, you don't qualify for no court-appointed lawyer. You have to pay for the attorney. So, who knows? I just, like I said, I came in today to thank everybody because to answer each and every one of you individually, I just felt would have been a lot. But it didn't go as I hoped it would yesterday. It was very, very, it was just all over the place. But, I believe it's going to get there. It's going to be put into context where, well, actually, I don't. I keep that belief, but it's just like, it's at this point, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen anymore. You would expect me to come on and say, yay, everything went great yesterday. But no, everything didn't go great. Everything was overlooked. So yeah, with that being said, I'll answer some of these questions, and then I gotta get ready, start to go start my day. I'm gonna take a ride to go do some little Christmas shopping. What Christmas shopping I can do. You know, it sucks. It really does. At the end of the day, it sucks because I just wanted to see my son for Christmas. I just want to see him, period. You know, Christmas would have been great. Thanksgiving would have been great. His birthday would have been great. I mean, this is all right around the same time. His birthday, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas. My son was born on Thanksgiving in 2008, so every so many years his birthday falls on Christmas. Thanksgiving. It hasn't fallen on Thanksgiving since he was born in 2008, so I don't know how that works. But, yeah. So that's where I'm at, and I'm still gonna fight, and I'm still here, not going nowhere. And shout out to that person in the courtroom yesterday. You know who you are, the CEO, who knows James Jackson. Oh, please, Pastor Pepper, you were born on Thanksgiving too. That's awesome. That's a sign from God right there. So yeah, if anybody wants to ask me any questions, like serious questions, not like should I fire my barber or stuff like that. It's just crazy, but I get it. Trolls need. Thank you, BLT. BLT has a question. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I'm upset, but it's on to the next. I need to get my, do I have Cash App? Yeah, I have Cash App. My Cash App is, $, a money sign, James Emerald Jr. And I have Venmo. It's pinned there. JFK put it up there. My mod. My boy. Okay. Thanks, JFK. Kids always. Linda says, kids always figure out things. Doing these videos will show him one day. Yeah. I believe that, he's old enough to know what's going on. I mean, we were just talking, my son and I were just talking a year and a half ago. And then now I can't even talk to him on the phone. But I can talk to him when the supervisor's there. But when she's not, guess what? Restraining orders are on everything, and all that matters. And it's like, this is what it's like. Try explaining to a police officer that asks you, do you have a restraining order? And you say, no, it's not a restraining order like that. Yeah, okay. They lock you up, let the courts figure it out. But now, where I'm out on a bond already for the same shit. If this was to happen again, I would be done. I'd lose my bail, probably would get revoked. And then I would be fighting this case from behind the wall. And you know how harder that would be? Trying to fight this case from behind the wall. They didn't order phone. They didn't. All right, so not that Nikki says they didn't order phone communication even with supervisors. They ordered 2 to 3. All right, I'm confused. What do you mean they didn't order? Yeah, so this is what she's doing now because she's done it. This will be her 3rd time with the supervised thing. She's going to write it all up, how it's going to work, and she's going to send it in the mail. But they did order phone. Yes, they did last time. But that was taken away, I guess, because Katie was stressed out. Who the hell knows? Do I have a caseworker helping me? No, I don't. JFK is my caseworker too. So any of you guys need help, he can help you. throw you right out there. Nah, he is though. He is the caseworker I never had. You know, he gives me great information, great just how like what's the word it's not more than support. He just gives me great ways of looking at things, and you know that's how it's been through this whole trial. It's just been um, you know, you have to look at things and find the good in them. And the good that I found in yesterday was a correctional officer coming up to me, giving me a huge hug, telling me she loves our show and loves James Jackson, and the reason why they kept looking at me going back and forth because they weren't sure at first. So that was funny. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, JFK pulled me out. He's got me. Yeah, he's more than mentor. He's like one of my best friends. He is my best friend. I mean, shit, we go back years and years, and anytime I have some question of, even if it has to do with a driver's license, or he's there to just, you know, and he's one of those friends too. Like, you know, you got them friends where you call and they don't answer. It doesn't matter what he's doing, he'll answer because you never know, it could be an emergency, right? So he's always been that type of friend. Let's see. I'm just going. I'm sorry. Yes, PLT. You're 100% right. Um, that new car could help. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Let me see. John Trott sent the cash out. Wow. John Trott. John Trott with the Cash App. I just want to say thank you to John Trott. Shoot, that's awesome. That's a huge blessing. You see that? It's just great. You know, you guys, you just always, you know, I'm lost for words, man. I really am. And you guys you don't see every day. It's just you don't seem too amazed. Like I get amazed by it. Like I said, I'm just lost for words. But John, thank you so much, and I hope that you have a great holiday and a Merry Christmas. And I appreciate the Cash App. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here with us. And we're gonna get through this. You know. Thank you so much. And to anybody else who has sent me Cash Apps, up is. Let me see. Oh, sorry. John says, before I get to the next one, John says a little something to help with the good fight. And you know something, John? That is gonna help with the good fight because the lawyer, you know, with her summary she gave me a summary of what she filed, and then she gave me a bill. I don't know how I got this bill. Whatever. I didn't have time. So to ask her what it was, and then as soon as I went to click on it today to like actually look at it, I clicked on it yesterday real quick, and when I clicked on it today, it was gone. I couldn't see it, and with the iPhone, it said that what do you call the person stopped sharing, this. And it went into my files too, which I found that was kind of weird. So, I don't know. But she had already given me a bill for somewhere she hadn't taken the case yet. Deirdre Harvey sends a cash app and she says, "Stay strong," with a heart emoji. Deirdre, thank you so much. I will stay strong. I will not stop fighting for custody or visitation or whatever. Look, and that's the thing at the end of the day. I'm not looking to take my child away from his mom. I want my son's mother to know. I want my son to know his mom. I want my son to grow up with both parents. It would be, that would be the ideal, right? Yeah, him growing up with both of his parents and being able to have both his parents in his life. Unfortunately, that didn't work, but that's okay. And I just think that it would be great if her and I could get to a point in our lives where I'm older now, his grandparents are getting older. Um, it's just, it would make more sense if she could just communicate and, co-parent to, you know, it's not just me. I have family. I have a ton of family that misses, my son, his grandparents, his aunts, his uncles, his cousins. It's just not me, So hopefully that will change. I did see a Venmo came in. I'm gonna read, but basically, we're here. We're gonna continue this fight, and you guys are here with me. So we're gonna continue this fight together. And oh well, it's two. So wow, Cynthia Lynch says, my thoughts and prayers for you and your son. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Oh shit, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying you guys' names. Yeah, right? It's okay, right? You don't mind? Yeah, Cynthia, you got this. For the sake of the boy, absolutely. And then we have one from Amanda Capone. Oh, the fight. Amanda Capone says, "Merry Christmas, James. Keep up the fight in the faith." And Amanda, that is something that I have a sister named Amanda. But Amanda, that's definitely what I will continue to do. I'm not gonna give up. And Cash App. Oh, Peppa. Peppa sent a Cash App and she says, "For God don't like ugly. Keep it all. He'll come home." Yes, and you know something? When I said that, I looked over there because it's piling up. Boxes of sneakers. And son, if you watching, we are the same size, so those sneakers are getting tempting to wear. But no, I'm just kidding. I would never do that to my son. Those were things he asked for over the years, and there's another thing he asked for was his chain, the gold chain. I actually been wearing it since I wasn't able to give it to him on his birthday, and then Thanksgiving. But yeah, so just got a Venmo alert. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, just a friend, I think. Okay, so Michelle says, "Prayers to you at this trying time. You're one hell of a dad. You keep the faith. Merry Christmas, James." Michelle, thank you. And you're great. You're great. Your support has been great. And Merry Christmas to you, Michelle, and your family. And God bless. Tiffany. Uncle Frank. Oh, Uncle Frank. He's a lucky boy to have a fighter for a dad. Don't give up. It'll all work out as it should. Wow, Uncle Frank, that was really nice, you know? Um, and I believe that it'll all work out, and thank you for the I am a great dad, I try to be for my son, and it will work out. It's just, yesterday was a lot. It was a hard day for me, so that's why I didn't get a chance to let everybody know what happened to me. Even today's still hard for me. I almost didn't want to talk about it. You could tell. I'm sure at some points I read some of the chat, people saying I look upset or whatever. Yeah, well, it's only right that I look upset for some upsetting news I got yesterday, but it'll definitely work out. Yes, JFK Uncle Frank is fly. She is. Yes, Mary, that you're right. That's all we can do is as parents is just all right. So Pam says to help a little and working things out. Pam, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Oh, our BLT. She says um, what's that? Meditate, eat right, sleep. This too shall pass. With a heart. Yes, this too shall pass. I know it will. I can feel it already. As I was able to talk about it. Right. 1 second, please. All right. As I'm able to sit here and talk with you about it, that's something that I'm sorry that my dog is waiting patiently. So as I'm sitting here talking with you guys about it, that's something that was able to help. You mean legally? I'm sorry, did I miss something? Let's see. Luna, she's like a little lion. Love you, baby. Just staring at me. Does she allow... no, Shauna. That's a great question. Does she allow him to see me? She don't allow him to see my sisters, my parents, his grandparents, who, mind you, until my son was 10, grew up basically in this home, in this house. He was here every single day. We have a pool in our backyard. My sisters, I come from a huge family, big family. My sisters have, so I got 3 sisters. My oldest has 2 boys, so I got 2 nephews from her. My other sister has a son and a daughter, so I have a niece and a nephew with that sister. And then my other sister has a son and a daughter. So Jaden not only has just his dad, he's got all these cousins and all these people that are missing him. 9 p.m. tonight, JFK and I will be live. We will be taking calls. We got some things to talk about. And so if any of you in this chat, if you're not subscribed to JFK Show Off, which I'm sure a lot of you, you can subscribe at JFK Show Off. And if you're not a subscriber of me, you can subscribe at James Jackson. But tonight we'll be live on JFK's channel. Thank you, BLT. Uncle Frank, I know for me, it was 13 when I was able to speak for myself in the court, but this was a long time ago. Yeah, Uncle Frank, that's something I spoke about. So my son was 14 when he spoke. They had just had him in the courthouse not too long ago, and he was able to speak and say what he wanted and how he missed his dad and how much like it bothers him and how much it bothered. Like the most toughest part was Christmas time. He said Christmas time really bothered him, and then they would say, "Well, what's your favorite color?" After him probably getting upset, and then back to, well, how does your dad? And he said too, my dad's very soft spoken. He's very kind, and seeing how seeing how what my son thinks about me. It was all good things. It wasn't bad things, but just seeing it in paper and his writing, it's like what person or I understand you're a judge, right? You gotta hold up you're held to a higher standard. You called for my son. You called for him to come in your courtroom, right? That's what you did, Judge? You asked for him? Oh, man, I was trying to find my glasses. Anyway, you asked for him in the courtroom, and he tells you everything. He misses his dad, this, that, and you just totally overlooked that. It's not cool. It's not cool for that shit to go on. So, Uncle Frank, they did call him in, and he got to say how he felt. But I know a lot of yous pray for me and support me and concerned about what's going on for me, but I just hope that every one of yous can say a prayer for my son, because he's a great boy. He's a really great boy. Becoming a man. He's a young man. And this is the toughest time of year for him. I mean, I found this out. This is the toughest time of year. Is not only missing his dad, but Christmas time. So, yeah, definitely pulls on the heart for sure. Okay, Andrea Haley says, "This breaks my heart. My dad's daughter was taken away from him out of spite. 45 years later, when my brother passed, she came to find him." Oh, man. You see, I can't take petty females. No. And that's my biggest fear. Life tomorrow isn't promised. Life is not promised. The more time that goes by, there's more time I won't see my son. What if something was to happen to me? Or what if something happens to my mom? Or what if something happens to my dad? Or one of my, someone in my family? What if something happens? You put this on pause, Your Honor, for another date in March? Hopefully nothing happens in between now and March bad. Hopefully everything going forward is factual. It's gonna be tough getting a lawyer on top of taking all the money that I had saved up and had to use that for a bail because of a miscommunication between judges, where one judge can say, well, I told him he could go, so now I have to do the work and go on the internet and download the transcript. It's like a recording, so it's gonna come to me in a recording because I want the audio. I want, they could have it. The transcript's cool too. However, I get it written out, I want the actual audio of the wordplay because I did a little, well, Your Honor, with all due respect, um, the last judge that oversees this case said that if mom didn't show up again, that she was gonna grant me everything I wanted, and I'm not asking for, custody. I'm not trying to take my son from his mom. I just want to be a dad. I just want to be involved. And as I'm saying this, I see the judge looking down, and she was reading. I mean, unless she was just thinking of a song, maybe me and JFK's intro song to our channel. I don't know. She was moving her head. Her head was bopping back and forth, but she was looking down. So she was reading, and that's what I believe she was doing anyway. Because then she looked up and said, "With all due respect, Mr. Jackson, there's no RO. You can go to your son's game. It's public." And I said, "Can you please put that in writing?" She's like, "Why? I don't have to put it in writing. I just said you can go." I said, "But can you please put that in writing, Your Honor?" She said, "Why do you want me to put it in writing?" I said, "Well, sometimes, things just don't go the way I would like them to go. And as you can see, things didn't go how I wish they went. So, yeah." But, oh, gee, JFK's, your moped won't start? Is it the one you can pedal? Can you pedal it? At least pedal it. God damn it. It's snowing in Boston. I know JFK's my boy. I know what he's doing. He's trying to cheer me up. Well, I know I just wanted to come in and let everybody know what had happened. I didn't want to leave you. I've been going now for about 70 minutes, almost 67. About to hit 68 right there. So we will be live tonight, 9 p.m. on JFK's channel. Set your notifications so you do not miss this live. We've been having a lot go on lately. These flat screens got snow on them. Oh man. James said, "I want to start a GoFundMe for you if you are okay with that." Okay, BLT, I mean, the only reason I didn't, and I'll be clear with this, the only reason why I'd never done it before. I don't know how to do it. And the other thing was, I was already talking about this prior, about my situation with the court and everything, and getting an attorney, and that came up. Someone in the comments said we should do this for James, and it's just that your fans from outside the U.S. want... Okay. All right, BLT. Well, we can set that up somehow. But so let me just clarify why I didn't do it real quick. The reason I didn't hop on that was because of the timing. So the timing was right before I was talking about, Thanksgiving had happened, all that stuff had happened, and then JFK and I were, the first 48. We was on the ground. We was, hand over fist. We were working too. But no, we got a lot of content, and the shit that we did, then when we brought it to our show, we got the call from Higgins, so now our show started getting more eyeballs. So I just didn't want people to think like, oh, now he's got more eyeballs, he thinks that this should happen. Like, that's why I didn't want to do that. But, you know, it's very clear if people who are just joining my channel now, if you go back, this was way before um, Thanksgiving. I did a live before that, you know. So talking about the system and going to court and going to my son's game and all that. So yeah. Bruce Wayne, a song will make you or any man feel better. Who are you going through issues with? Females, if the homies can't have none. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Well, that's pretty cute, huh, Bruce Wayne? Talking about my kid's mom, bro. Like, I don't know. Some of you people, I question your delusional accountability. Like, really? It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none? Just because, like, the woman may not be doing right by God. Forget about um, courts and all that. Just because the woman is not doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing as a mom, it's not probably best for my son. She's still my son's mom. So, man, that shit isn't cool. So, I mean, so wait, we got Gully XO and Bruce Wayne. Gully XO, if you're agreeing with this dude, you can, or if you're a girl, I can't really tell by, oh, yeah, you're a female. All right. No, all right, Gilly. I'm sorry, I called you Gully. Gilly, that's fine. I just don't cuff women like that. No disrespect to you. All right, well, but it's my son's mom, man. Like, I don't even talk bad about her. I'm not gonna let someone on here talk bad about my son's mom. Or anybody for that matter that I'm speaking about. It's just not. You know, there's a time and a place. You ever hear there's a time and a place to talk about these things? Roseanne McDonald, he loves you and he knows you love him. I'm sorry, hold on. And he will probably resent his mom because of this. She needs to listen to him. She can't see he is hurting. I'm sorry, James. Sending love and hugs. Thank you, Roseanne. And yes, I believe that you know, he's definitely gonna be affected by this. How much I don't know, and how much longer it goes on. I believe the more it goes on, the more he gets affected by it. The more he gets affected by it, the more he acts out. The more he acts out, there's a fair chance he might end up in the system as a juvenile, become a DYS kid, and guess what? The cycle repeats itself. I graduated from DYS. I have a diploma. Is it close by? I have my diploma is from boot camp, from DYS. So I know all about that. Putting my son in this cycle is just, that's what I see. Now they have my son who's 14 who doesn't even realize yet they have him in the scope. It's crazy if you think about it. Oh, you sent the Vim. I'm sorry, I've been talking. Let me read it. Alright, so Starla says, you matter, you're strong. Peace and love. Thank you, Starla. Peace and love to you. Mary Ellen Burke. No comment. Just I appreciate you. My Venmo. I'm sorry. I don't see one here from you. When did you send it just now? I see Uncle Frank. I see one. Oh, I got Pam. I don't know if I already read this. Yeah, to help a little working things out. Thank you, Pam. Michelle. Okay, I got one from Michelle. I'm trying to heart them so I know if I. Alright, so Michelle says, sorry it couldn't be more. Michelle, that's fine. Everybody that sends something, I don't put out there what is sent or it's fine. It's huge, all right? So Michelle, thank you and God bless. Michelle says, sorry it couldn't be more, but my heart is with you. Have you seen all the messages to reach out to Betero? He said he wants to help. He did? Hold on. Have you seen all the messages to reach out to Betero? He said he wants to help. Much love to you. So Betero said that, what, on another live or... That would be great. I mean, I know he's a criminal. Well, actually, I could use someone like Betero for that case where I was, they wrongly accused for violating a restraining order. That, because it goes from family probate to criminal, but it's the same case. It's just how they do this is really, you gotta have, I would say not so much experience, but you gotta be in the know of this, because if you're not, you're gonna be screwed. You just, because they'll sell you up the river. I mean, they'll have you with a court-appointed lawyer making deals. Sorry, 1 second. All right. So let me just finish reading these, and I got to help for court. Oh my God, Eleanor Jarvis, to help for court. You are so sweet, and I really appreciate it. And God bless you, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Kathy says, keep fighting for your son. God bless. Merry Christmas. And Kathy, Merry Christmas to you, and God bless you and your family, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I don't see, oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right. I think I found you. Is it Roseanne McDonald? Rosanna McDonald says, send in loves and hugs, James. Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. God bless you. God bless your family. Merry Christmas to you and your family. You guys all are just so great, you know. I really do wish I had better I wish I had better news, you know. I wish I could say, things went great but I'm still here and I'm still gonna continue to fight and you know. Sarah says, no, I think I read this one. Starla, for you matter, stay strong. Thank you, Starla. And yes, I will stay strong. Okay, Peppa sends on and says, for Betero said he'd guide me. So that's cool. If I can get Attorney Betero to guide me in the right direction, who better than Betero, right? Better Dro. I got better Dro than you. But yeah, who better for the job? That would be awesome. So I will be reaching out to Betero. Definitely gonna be reaching out to Betero. You guys are great. You really are. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Kevin from South Boston, huh? I came here to play some mailbox baseball. Nice. Okay, we have Maple Morris. It says, keep your head up. That I will do. I am trying. Believe me, I am trying. Play some music, Kevin from South Boston. Yeah, I'm getting ready to head out. Take a ride. Like I said, my friend of mine has to go pick up some things he ordered for his kids and stuff. So, just gonna get out, take that ride with him, get some shopping done. Yeah, just clear my head. Maybe go grab something Starbucks. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see if I missed any of you. I think I got everybody. JFK, you need to let me know who. JFK, you need to let me know who we don't like in the chat because you know me. I'll go. Harold. Oh man, Uncle Frank, we're good. You know, our chat is mostly. I'd say 98% of our chat is here for genuine love. Like they really care about us and love us and show us nothing but love. So, yeah. I mean, if you find them, good luck. I found like just like here and there, you're gonna get people like that. Obviously, right? I'm sorry. I'm just still. I thought I received. But I'm pretty sure I got everybody. If I missed you, I promise I will say it tonight on the show. It's a baby. Oh, Kevin from Southie said it's a baby whale kid. We better call the aquarium. Yeah, I mean, those kids. It's funny, those kids were from the same part of town that I grew up in. They actually are friends with the kid who found the banner. We did that whole banner story I broke it down on my live a couple lives back. If you want to go check that out, I put it a little into dialogue, but JFK and I, we're over here, we're working too. My man, I had to cross 3 lanes, and my man had to take 3 planes. So we're trying to do a little docket series on that, so we can get it all and have some dialogue behind it, so people aren't just wondering what happened there. But yeah, the funny part is we weren't even in the car. James, you deserve better than you're getting. Your son deserves more. He knows you love him. That's the most important thing. It'll work out in the end. Thank you, Kimberlina. 15. Yes, it will. God doesn't like ugly. Decorated dudes getting in the judge's ear. Free James Jackson. Bruce Wayne coming back. Nice. Well, I just want to say again, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you. Thank you to everybody who sent Cash App, Venmo. My channel is still in the process of, working on it getting monetized, so I can do super chats and all that fun stuff. But so in the meantime, in between time, you can subscribe to James Jackson. You can subscribe to JFK Show Off. We have a ton of content that's coming to you guys. We have, we're gonna have to start hiring a lot of plumbers because we're about to flood this whole internet shit. And that's a fact. So, with that being said, I go by the name of James Jackson. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you tonight on JFK's The Fuckery Donuts. The plane will be taking off at 9 p.m. Don't be late. And it's 1 carry on a person. Peace and love. Happy holidays. God bless.